So hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with a very special The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now yesterday I actually posted a video talking about some of the first trophies from my 6th Whitetail Great One grind here on Rancho del Arroyo. There was a few diamonds, a few rares, and the first max weight diamond of the grind. And straight away last night after I posted that video I went back onto Rancho and shot a few hundred more deer. Now, I ended up finding this guy who was a small level 3, and I didn't really want to try and sneak in there to that zone to try and get a practice neck shot, because I didn't think he was going to make diamond, he didn't look big enough, and also just because of where he was in this zone, it would have meant spooking other deer if I was trying to get in there, and honestly I wanted to just get as many deer down as possible to try and get this grind to go as quickly as I could. And at this point I've probably shot over 1,000 deer in the couple of days I've been doing it. I shoot several hundred deer a day, just constantly working at it for many hours in the day. And yeah, as you can see, we have another level 3 here, but unfortunately just a small troll at 248.80. And yeah, like I said, I didn't expect this guy to make it, but I was happy to see another level 3. As I said in yesterday's video, seeing level 3s to me is always encouraging. Now, I booted up my game a couple of hours ago now at this point, and I was actually on my first run of the day. I had gone to, I think, 2 lakes previously, which is why the time was a little bit forward there. So I was just resetting the time to come to this lake and continue to shoot whitetail. Now, in the past, I don't even know how many days, 4 or 5 days since I started this grind, maybe even not that long, I've shot many hundreds of deer. I will shoot several hundred deer a day. I go really hard on these grinds. It's literally all I do. Because some of you guys may know, some of you guys may not, I am actually disabled. So this game is sort of my main thing, and I spend a real amount of time on it, which I will prove to you guys later by my Steam playtime. But it means that, you know, on these days where I'm going to grind, I will go for several hours a day and shoot several hundred deer. And I honestly was expecting this grind to take a while. But like I said to you guys, when I got that max weight diamond, I was really happy because I've had a max weight diamond per every single Great One grind I've ever done, whether it's for whitetail or for red deer, and then I've had a Great One show up. So when I had that show up now a day ago, I was really happy. And then I come to this lake earlier today, and I sort of ran a bit closer to this one zone than I normally mean to. I normally run a little bit further away just so that I can spot them, shoot them, and then move on to the next zone. But for some reason, I ended up running really close to this zone. And as I start to back away to try and see the deer, I see this deer go running off, and I immediately knew what had just run off. That was a Great One rack. Going over the hill, that was a Great One rack. And I ran over there just to make sure I wasn't insane and picked up the track 97 to 110. That was a Great One. And my heart started pounding. Because some of you guys may know, if you watched yesterday's video, that I was challenged by Flinter and a member of his Discord and another mod called Danny to shoot my Great One with a neck shot from the 45 Colt. Now, that is a really risky shot to go for. And I was up for the challenge, but I was very nervous about it. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to go and take a couple of practice shots on some deer, wait for that Great One to calm down and go back to its zone. And, you know, this gives me some time to get some practice in. The first shot, as you will have just seen, did not go very well. It didn't actually get neck. So I decided I would continue to shoot some more deer just to get some more practice. And as you can see, we took a doe there and she dropped. And the next one, as you'll see as well, just standing up there so I got a bit better visibility. I line up, and again, a drop shot. Basically, I've got a little compilation here of just what I did for testing, but every other shot that I took other than that first shot nailed the deer and dropped it straight on the spot with that perfect neck shot that I'm trying to go for. But the whole time, I'm still shaking. My hands are sweaty. I'm so nervous because for me, finding a Great One is such a big deal. You know, it's something that I really strive to achieve, and I like to make good shots. It's something I take a lot of pride in. and I was scared to death of messing this great one up with a missed neck shot, because I found out from missing the neck on that first one that actually just a flesh hit won't kill a deer. So I knew that it would just end up coming back wounded, and it was going to be such an awful situation. So I took my time, made sure that I was on with those practice shots, and as soon as I felt a little bit more confident and a little bit more comfortable, I said, okay, let's do it. Came back to the zone, he was here calm, and I was like, okay, we need to move in, and I need to get him to move, because at the moment he's not in the position I want him to be. I wanted him to be facing me a little bit sort of more directly so that I could get in front of him and line up perfectly with his neck. And as I was creeping around here, something hit me, a realisation sort of hit me. That dude's got some big tines at the back, and they actually cross, like they're sort of like, I don't know how to say it, but like over his neck. They're going over over his neck if you're looking at him from that straight on angle, and hopefully you guys will be able to see that when we get a little bit closer. And this was the point where I thought, okay, let's just make him go alert. Hopefully he'll move and get into a better position. So he goes alert there. I drop down just so that he won't go alarmed and start fleeing. And I just lay here and wait and watch and see what he does. You can see, obviously, he's the alert one there. The doe doesn't really care. But this guy, being a 10 fabled, obviously he's the more alert one. Now, he goes to attentive there, and he starts doing exactly what I want him to do. He starts moving down towards me, and this is something that you will learn if you spend a lot of time in game, is how these animals actually interact and their different behaviour sets. And I knew that once he goes back to attentive, he'll then calm down, and he should start drinking as he was facing me there, which gives me a really nice opportunity to then sort of crawl in along this bank and then get like lined up in front of him, and hopefully he won't notice. Perfect direction for the wind, is going straight away from him, so he shouldn't actually be able to smell me. And with the terrain not being too grassy there, I was hoping that I should have a pretty clear shot. There shouldn't be too much stuff in the way that I'm going to have to try and move around. Because, you know, that's always a consideration, is, you know, you never know where a great one's going to spawn, so how are you going to have to deal with the challenge of where it actually spawns and make sure that you get into the right position and make sure you get in for the right shot. So I'm just going to cut out me crawling all the way around there, because, you know, it took a couple of minutes of me just going slowly around the edge here. But you can see now, based off of my marker, that we're getting really close. That marker there was roughly where he was. And yeah, as we came sort of through that patch of grass, we can see him here, 27 metres, 26 metres, and he's calm. Like I said, I'm led down, so my visibility is reduced. It's not fully hidden because it's the straight white line. If it was the sort of faded line, then I'd be fully hidden, but obviously I'm not, because I'm just led down, and I've got the wind going straight away from me here, so he's not gonna be that well able to notice me. So that's why I decided at this point to just stand up and try and assess this situation, because this was something that I hadn't actually planned for, was the antlers of a great one actually being kind of in the way of a neck shot. And hopefully you guys can see what I mean. His brow tines, which are almost touching, they cover that lower section of the neck, which is what I've been going for in my practice shots. And I wasn't confident really taking a higher shot. I was really nervous because, as you guys will know if you saw the previous video, there's that blind spot where the spine is actually disconnected from the neck, which I know is really weird, but that's just how the skeleton on a whitetail in game is. And I didn't want my bullet to go into that blind spot and not get the neck, because, like, I know it would go through to get a lung, like it did on my practice shots, but something in my head just would have felt really disappointed if, after all this, I end up missing the shot. And so I'm just stood here trying to calm myself down. I'm so nervous. I'm so scared, because my nightmare is messing up a great one or a super rare or something like that. You know, you want to take these challenging shots because they're fun and they're cool and they do give you an adrenaline rush, but you don't want to mess them up. So I took a picture there just because, while I'm waiting and trying to calm myself down, and I'm just lining my shot up there, and I go, okay, let's just go for it, and it works, and he drops on the spot. Perfect neck shot. Oh my god, I have not had such a big adrenaline rush from this game in quite a while. It was 6 months ago I shot my last Great One Whitetail, and I know I've had the couple of Great One Red Deer, and those were both really big adrenaline rushes, but even with using the challenge set up on the first Red Deer Great One of the 243, with the soft points, I knew I could do it, and it wasn't too much of you had to be on, but there was a bit more of an area because lungs are obviously bigger than a neck. And this was probably the most precise, well, it is by far the most precise shot I've had to go for on a Great One. And I sat there because I was panicking, I was just shaking so hard. As soon as I took that shot, my hands were just like leaves, just shaking. I was so relieved and just in awe that this had happened and that I'd got another one of these absolutely incredible animals to actually spawn, and just how everything had happened. I can't explain how much this kind of thing means to me. It's such a sense of achievement for me, and I don't know, I just feel like, I've actually done something cool, and to me it just means a real lot. I don't know how else to say it. It means a lot to me. So we're going to pick this guy up now. We've taken some pictures and just looked at him and looked at the shot on the neck and everything. And let's take a look at this beautiful, beautiful buck. There we go. A Great One. 416.60. Great One Whitetail. Get to hear the music again. See the highlighted true score. I swear, I'm really gutted they didn't put that music with the Great One Red Deer, because it's something I so look forward to with picking up Great Ones now. That little bit of music is enough to just make me so happy, because it's a confirmation, yes, you did it. The medal pops up, and actually this is my first time seeing the new medal in game, which was another reason why I wanted to go for another Great One, was to see that new medal. It's a shame that this guy is, this is the third Great One Whitetail I have with this rack, so half of my Great One Whitetail have had this rack, because this is my 6th Whitetail Great One. I have had 6 of these now. My first one on Leighton had this rack, my 4th one had this rack, and now my 6th one had this rack, so it seems like every 2 Whitetail Great Ones I get one of these guys, but it's such a cool looking rack. That is a monstrous buck, and just so majestic. And, oh, man, I can't explain. This has just happened. I quickly got all the footage together, took some screenshots to send to people, put him in my lodge, and then I just jumped on, quickly sorted the footage out, and I've come to record this, because I want to try and convey to you guys how pumped I am and how excited I am, and I hope that's coming across. And if I'm talking too fast or I'm rambling or whatever, I'm sorry. This is just what happens when I get something like this, and it's so exciting. Pulling off that shot, that's probably like I said, by far the riskiest shot I've ever gone for, and it was on a Great One. I can't believe I made that shot. That was so risky, and I did it. But I just didn't think, that when a Great One spawns, it might have these times that might make getting a neck shot quite difficult. So just a shout out to Danny and Flinter for actually, sort of giving me this suggestion. And Danny gave the suggestion of the 45 Colt, and Flinter said the neck shot. So yeah, both of you, thank you for the suggestion. That was really cool. Honestly, that was really, really fun, and I really liked that challenge. It paid off. In the end, it all worked out, and that was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had, and I'm so, so, so happy. And I can't believe it. I was so happy. Just such an incredible buck. I don't care about what he scores. To me, when you get a Great One, it's not about the size of it. It's a Great One, for this to be my 6th Whitetail Great One, and so I've got 6 Whitetail Great Ones and 2 Red Deer, so this is my 8th Great One overall. I didn't expect that ever. When I got my first Great One on Leighton, way before Rancho even came out, I never thought I was going to get 1 Great One, and now I'm sat here with 6 Whitetail and 2 Red Deer. I can't. It's the coolest thing. We're going to go and take a look at this guy in the lodge and my other great one, Whitetail, just to show you guys I do have 6 of them. I'm also going to put up my codex so you can see that I was just shooting Whitetail before we came here. If you want to see, I did post the video yesterday which had the trophies that I had from this grind, which was only a couple of diamonds, a couple of trolls. There you can see my codex and my playtime of over 2,700 hours here on PC. So that was the great one we just shot. Then we have my Huddle Great One mount there. So this is today's one, which like I said, is the same rack as a couple of my other great ones. So then we have the one here on the far left is the one I got on Leighton. The one here in the middle was my first one on Rancho. The one here on the far right was my 5th one on Rancho. And then coming over to this wall, I have this one, which, again, it's the same rack, but this guy, I only have the antlers mounted, because when Rancho came out, the bug that had all the whitetails change in fur type ended up having that one and this one actually turning into albinos when they tried to fix that bug. And there's a few people, I know Scarecrow's got a whitetail that's a piebald, a great one whitetail that's a piebald, because of this bug. It's quite a well-known bug, and I did actually do a video on it when it actually happened, so if you guys don't believe me, that's out there for you guys to see. But in my head, they're still commons, and I don't like seeing them as rares because they weren't rares when I shot them. So that's why I only have the antlers displayed, which is a shame, because otherwise I could have a double great one huddle now, which, even to say that I could do it if I wanted to, I could take those ones off the wall and display them, is absolutely crazy. Now, I will be doing a full Trophy Lodge tour before the new map comes out, because we do know that there should be a new map in June. There normally is. So I will be doing a full Trophy Lodge tour before then. I've got a couple more bits and pieces that I'd like to try and get. Hopefully, by the end of the month, an albino raccoon is way up there. If you guys have been following the channel, you'll know about that. But that was one thing that I wanted, was another great one whitetail, and it happened, and I didn't expect it to happen this quickly. I've been really, really fortunate. My last few grinds, actually, for whitetail and for my last red deer, were both really quick, and so was this one. And yeah, I didn't expect it to be this quick. I expected it to take a lot longer. I'm really, really grateful to, the RNG that I got it this quickly, because I know there's a lot of people that have grinded for a lot longer to try and get one great one whitetail. So I am incredibly fortunate, and I do recognise that I'm incredibly fortunate, and I am incredibly grateful. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that tense moment as we went to take the shot. I hope it came across, and I hope my excitement comes across as well. I'm absolutely buzzing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.